definitely I'm doing what I like to do. I wouldn't change a thing. Connecting the insurance market with artificial intelligence, that's my passion, and that's what I'll be doing regardless of the payout at the end of it.
This is the Insurance Technology Podcast, where we bring interesting people from across the insurance ecosystem to discuss and debate technology's impact on the industry. Join us each episode for insights and best practices from industry stewards and tomorrow's innovators.
All right, and we're back with a new installment of A Hot Seat. We actually haven't done one of these in quite some time, so I'm excited to welcome Elad Tsur, the CEO and co-founder of Planck, into the hot seat. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
So before we get into the meat or the more technical interview with Reed, I wanted to kind of find out a little bit more about you as a person. So we're going to start off with finding out a couple pop culture favorites, if you will. So favorite movie?
Wow. I think favorite movie, I guess The Matrix, but it's kind of old movie, but yes, I think
it's okay.
Yes, and the original Matrix is my favorite. Yes.
Well, and that you have a career in data that kind of is interesting. That's the Matrix.
Right. It's a nerdish career with a nerdish movie, I guess. Yes.
Do you have a favorite music genre?
Yes, you'd be surprised, but heavy metal, and
Nice.
you know, US 80s bands, heavy metals.
All right. So kind of going off of the music theme, what was the last concert you attended?
The last concert, wow, that was a while ago. I think the international concert, a few Israeli concert, probably at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
I saw Noakio who's performing tomorrow, actually, to the day that we record it, in the Eurovision. But the international one, I think it was a heavy metal band in one of their tours. It was Megadeth, I think, in one of their tours, I guess 2 years ago.
That's awesome. So I guess with Reed being our host and being definitely a car guy, what was the first car you ever drove?
Wow. First car, believe it or not, was a Ford Fiesta 82. I bought it for $100, and prices for cars in Israel are way more expensive than the US, so it's super cheap. It didn't drive when I bought it. I had to fix its engine, which I've done by buying a $20 pack from eBay. And then it drove, and actually drove with it for 2.5 years.
So for an investment of $120, you got a car for 2.5 years. That's pretty good.
It is. And it drove amazing, right? You need to drive it with open windows. It didn't have any AC, and in Israel, you need AC in the cars. It was a fun time, being a student and trying to be able to get mobility. And yes, Ford Fiesta, the year 82. It's older than me, right? I was born 84, so the car was older than me.
So I don't know what year it was, but I have memories of my mother actually driving a Ford Fiesta, but I think it was a Festiva before that. And I always say to her, I don't know how she had 2 kids in that teeny tiny little car. So what is your current vehicle?
So I'm driving a Golf and a Sorento by Kia.
Okay.
So like a big SUV for all of the kids and a relatively small car for driving to the train station.
Makes sense. Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier to park.
Yeah.
So if money was no object, what would you be doing for a living right now?
Exactly what I'm doing right now.
That's awesome.
Yes. I'm also blessed by money is not a problem for me. It's not an issue. It's not a consideration. And definitely, I'm doing what I like to do. I wouldn't change a thing. Connecting the insurance market with artificial intelligence, that's my passion, and that's what I'll be doing regardless of the payout at the end of it.
It's a great answer. And I think that there's a lot of people that are in this insurance technology space that kind of feel the same way, the same passion. All right. So my last question, why did you agree to be a guest on Reed's podcast?
Well, Reed's personality. Right? That's like an answer by itself. You're nodding. You probably understand what I'm talking about, right? So A. B, I think that it is going to be interesting. I don't know what we're going to speak about in that in the podcast, but I know that connecting distribution with Planck, with our capability of automating the underwriting, the intake, it is one of the holy grails of insurance. Getting a true STP from intention all the way to policy binded, and I think it's going to be interesting. Reed and me, chatting about it. So I think the market will love the topic that we will speak about.
No, I agree, and I'm definitely looking forward to the conversation, just with both of your experiences and coming together and kind of hearing what the two of you see happening in the future. So, well, thank you so much for your time today, and I look forward to the fuller interview.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.